The Rise of Skywalker is now the lowest scored Star Wars movie on Rotten Tomatoes. It has a 52%. On other sites, it's a similar story. Metacritic, for example, has The Rise of Skywalker near the very bottom of their list of Star Wars movies, and actually ties Attack of the Clones with a 54. IMDb has it 4 from the bottom, sitting at a 6.9 with a Metascore of 54. It's interesting how uniform those scores are across all platforms for The Rise of Skywalker. 52, 54, 54, especially when you consider what movie is at the very bottom, which is often referenced as most people's least favorite Star Wars movie, at least the people that I've interacted with. And I think it comes as a surprise to even me, the guy whose favorite prequel movie is The Phantom Menace, that The Rise of Skywalker is lower than it on Rotten Tomatoes. The majority of people that I've talked to liked The Rise of Skywalker way more than The Phantom Menace. Look, I fucking know that all of these movie review websites have problems. I get it. LOL, he trusts Rotten Tomatoes. LOL, he trusts IMDb. LOL, he trusts Metacritic. It's all we have to go by. I get it. But I am very surprised that The Rise of Skywalker is lower than The Phantom Menace on Rotten Tomatoes at least, and very close to being lower everywhere else. Because I think if I polled people and asked which Star Wars movie they liked more, the majority, perhaps a vast majority, would choose The Rise of Skywalker over The Phantom Menace, which seems like a reflection of the audience scores of those two films. The audience score for Menace has a 59%, and the audience score for Skywalker is at an 86%. You know what? I will make that poll on Twitter right now, and then I'll wait 24 hours to finish these thoughts, 24 hours to finish this video. Don't go nowhere. Remember when internet people took themselves way too serious and got really mad about John Boyega having some fun on the internet? That was really silly. It reminded me of how a lot of people got really mad about Kathleen Kennedy wearing a fucking t-shirt. That was silly too. Let's check the poll in the morning and see how it's doing. Good morning! The poll is finished and a lot of people voted. Almost 30,000 people voted. I'm actually surprised The Phantom Menace is so neck and neck with The Rise of Skywalker, unless this happened. This has happened before, and I kind of love it. I don't know if that happened here. I didn't look into it. I love you, prequel memes. If anybody finds a link, toss it in the comment section below. For the first couple hours, the poll was like 30-70 in favor of The Rise of Skywalker, if I remember correctly. And then boom, they probably didn't even post it. It's the boy who cried wolf here. But no, I legitimately like prequel memes. Not for the content, but just because they have fun, they're not vitriolic. They know they're being goofy. I like internet goofiness. For the record, I like The Phantom Menace more than The Rise of Skywalker. I'm sure a lot of that has to do with nostalgia and seeing it in the theater when I was 13. Of course, right? Of course. But The Phantom Menace to me felt quaint comparatively. It felt grounded and tangible and curious. I like it more than The Rise of Skywalker as a whole, but I still find how close these results are to be very surprising considering the audience scores of both. I figured The Rise of Skywalker would have a runaway win, but when you look at my overall rankings of Star Wars movies, it's kind of a mixture of all of these lists. It's kind of a mixture of Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, and Metacritic. Here's my list. A New Hope, Empire, Jedi. Duh, I'm boring. The Last Jedi, The Force Awakens, The Phantom Menace, Revenge of the Sith, The Rise of Skywalker, Solo, Rogue One, and Attack of the Clones. Now tell me how wrong I am.